How are you, friends? Thank you so much for tuning in to Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim on intellectualradio.com. We are so excited to be here to give you all some crazy conversations. We have had such an amazing weekend, and the start of the week was not bad at all. I am here with my executive producer, my wifey for lifey, Sumner Allman. How are you today?
Hi, good at yourself?
Good, good. Thank you for rushing in. We decided that we were gonna do crazy conversations at home due to our hectic week that we're having, trying to plan fall things for kids and fall things for adults. So things kind of got hectic in our life in the last couple days. So, but we still wanted to deliver your crazy conversations. And again, we appreciate the feedback, the additional questions that came up from last week. And with last week, we had when grown-ups fall out, let the children stay in. Don't put the kids involved in grown-up drama. When I say the the feedback from that one conversation was something, I promise you that I'm trying to locate all of our conversations that we had prior to that one so that I can go over some of the things that um, people wanted to know, and they wanted me to have a conversation with not only my producer but to the other listeners. So again, before we go into our continuation and our extension from last week's conversation, when grown-ups fall out, let the children stay in. That is our crazy conversation part two tonight on Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim. Is everybody having an amazing week? I know everybody looking at my sweatshirts. You see, we are definitely still repping Monica and Brandy. We had an opportunity to go to the Boy Is Mine tour over the weekend at United Center. I'm tripping because it's like it started off being like the best concert that we had ever attended in a long time. I mean, it was good. It was good. It started off good. I mean, the pre-show was good. The meet and greet was good. We did all the VIP things, and it was amazing. I was going over our weekend with Brandy and Monica tour. So as we get back into it, we had, the honest opinion with me is that Brandy is one of those rare artists who doesn't need to share the spotlight. The best thing for Brandy to do is to grab her own stage, because she's the type of artist that does not need um a bunch of people to be on tour with her. She should be that headliner, that only person, because we have actually seen Monica like three times already, and it was like was Monica was with a couple other artists that we had seen in the past. We even one time flew to Atlanta for a concert of Monica. So I think that um, this was going to be a stressful tour anyway, because you're dealing with two original amazing R&B female artists, and they both um, have let some time go by before a major hit, or even being out in the limelight other than touring. So they're touring now, and I'm just praying for divine order because it was very disappointing to enjoy the concert up until the part of uh, an artist walks off with no explanation. I didn't think it was fair, but again, her health is important. I waited a lifetime for that tour. Like I said, I grew up with Brandy and Monica. If you were going through anything, if you were in the high school in the 90s, you were definitely listening to some Brandy and some Monica over the time. They really got me through some rough patches in my life. So it was a pleasure to be able to witness that type of tour. It's just we did not witness it in its entirety. So that that was one of the things. But as far as the tour, I ain't took my sweatshirt off. That's how devastated I've been. I still got my sweatshirt on because I'm still thinking like, I did not hear The Boy Is Mine. I did not hear Have You Ever. I need to hear those songs. That's what I came for. But then I got to flip back into that mode like, okay, her health is more important than Miss Kim being thirsty for a concert. So, I just couldn't believe that I made 50 without ever seeing this young lady. And, as a lifelong fan, it just was a disappointment that was major because she was like one of the things that was on my bucket list. So she was one of the events I would have liked to achieve and to go to and attend before I turned 50. It just happened to come about once I turned 50, which I was so happy. So again, I am just talking because I was very disappointed, but the way the tour and the concert started off, it was very good. The energy in the United Center. At first I was feeling some kind of way like, oh my God, we've been here since 5 o'clock. I'm gonna be tired. But whatever, the energy, the vibes, everything, everybody who we met, everybody we came in contact with showed nothing but love and that they were happy to be at that concert. And, Brandy is a legend. She is what they call a vocal Bible, and she doesn't need to share that spotlight. She deserves her own stage, her own set, her own crowd. Just from the hits, Full Moon, that almost doesn't count, baby. She has earned a solo tour moment in my book. And that's just in Miss Kim book. So, how did you feel about the concert?
It was really nice and entertaining.
It was.
No complaints.
I know, cause you met. I was wondering how you was gonna enjoy the concert, cause you saw so many people that you knew, and they were happy to see you, and they were just talking, just talking. So, was anybody else giving you feedback about the concert while we were there? Were they saying how they enjoyed it? What was going on?
A lot of people liked it. Kelly Rowland. Kelly Rowland performed.
Yeah,
real
I
nice.
did. I did like her.
She was nice just to do a couple of songs just to bring her back out a little bit. I think this tour was a part of her.
Yeah.
It helped her to come out more than what she were.
And so, what do you think about the people when the situation happened when Brandy walked off stage, because people were heated?
Of course they were, because they spent money. Every time you spend your money, someone will give you a full performance. You get upset.
People didn't pay their bills to see The Boy Is Mine.
That's the choice that we made.
Oh.
That's the choice that we made. Certain things happen. There's no excuse for it. We don't really know what really happened. She sung some songs Every song the people was waiting for they get to see, but it's okay. She gave a good concert the part that she did.
Well, I truly believe, Brandy needs her own lane, and we need to have a Brandy experience as a show. Just her fans, and her beautiful vocal energy that we know she can deliver, but it was something that was holding her back from Chicago, and I just pray again that she will make the trip back to entertain this city outside of the Boy Is Mine tour, because they say that they're coming back this weekend or whatever. But I am so glad. Again, you have been listening to Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim. And remember, it is never talk. It is never talk. It's life coaching with a twist. And we appreciate you tuning in to listen to our crazy conversation, because that was really something with that many disappointed people of all nationalities. Like I said, I mean, they brought out the people. It wasn't an empty um seat in the house. Something wrong? What you looking at? You shopping?
No, no.
Okay. What you looking at? You got me thinking something back there.
No.
So, I just had a couple questions that I wanted to know if you would answer it for me. Did what was your first reaction when Brandy walked off the stage? Did you think that she needed to use the bathroom? Did it look like it was a medical emergency?
I'm a Brandy fan, so when people walk off the stage, of course we will have our own decision, our own choice. We just want them to give us the explanation while they get off the stage. Okay, she walked off the stage, but someone should have told us what was going on. They just leaving us there and wait. But like I said, there's no complaint. I'm a Brandy fan.
So, do you think that the fans was expecting too much from this tour? Was and
Of
do you
course.
feel like they underdelivered? My expectations was extremely high. I was supposed to be in Virginia this
Of
weekend.
course, we want to know what happened. We want to know
Right.
a lot of songs that
But
she sang some songs, but a lot of songs that people favorite was the point of the concert with the tour was the Boys and Mans. So everyone freaked out because she didn't see that song here. And what's the Whitney Houston tribute?
yeah, so I mean, if you were Brandy, would you have stayed and finished the show, or would you have exited too?
See, I don't know why she exits. See,
That's
like
what
I
I'm
said,
saying. It's so
I
many
don't. There's so
things.
many things to the point we don't know why. We would never know why she exit. I know who would know is her team.
So, were you surprised that The Boy Is Mine wasn't performed in so many other Brandy hits? Because we had to get in the car and play The Boy Is Mine, and the songs that she didn't perform, we was playing them on the way home, wasn't we? Crying in the car.
Well, sometimes we have to take a risk because remember a couple of concerts we went to, people didn't show up.
Yeah, we did have that to
A
happen.
lot of people didn't show up. They told us at the last minute that.
And a sign on the door.
And
Remember
a
we
couple
went
of
to it.
artists,
Yeah,
a couple of big time artists. We went to flew. We flew out there to a lot of these vendors. It was a no show for a lot of big
Yeah,
stars.
because that's one of the ones we flew out
So
from.
we take a risk. It's our choice
Yeah.
to take a risk to spend our money to say, "Are they gonna come or not?" So they're not making us do it. That's our choice because we want to do it. We don't have to, but we want to see them.
And so, how do you think that Brandy sounded vocally before she stormed off the stage?
Good.
It felt like, and it sounded like she was giving it her all. Like, I mean, I would never think that it was something
Different.
like dehydration or exhaustion. Not the way she brought it. I could see if she came like, like that, but I mean, she came out there. Like, we outside Chicago, and it's like I'm back in Chicago. Like, give me notice though.
They,
Like, give me
of
notice.
course, we there
Like,
because it was sweetest days. People spent their money. They could have been doing something else, but like I said, the other performance was good. Monica finished it off. Monica's a good artist.
she is
Everyone
amazing.
focused on Brandy. Of course, everyone came to see Brandy. She out old school. She grew up with us.
Yeah, it's nothing. I mean, when I say I love Monica, I love Monica. And but it's just the fact that 3 times in the last 2 years I've seen Monica. So Monica has jumped on the ticket of a whole lot of stars to perform with them. And it just so happened we were blessed to attend those. But again, I'm 50 years old and I've been waiting to see Brandy. And it's nothing against who she chose to be on tour with. I enjoyed them all. But again, I have to say that I came there for Brandy. Um, because again, I had not had that experience. And um, what kind of, oh, that's what I wanted to know. What cities would you love to see Brandy headline alone in, other than Chicago? We know Chicago has to be. It has to be just her.
That's a good question.
I was thinking Las Vegas and probably Atlanta with Chicago, because Atlanta has so many amazing artists that, you know, bring somebody else in. Bring somebody else in that has not been out there touring, and put them on. Let them hit Atlanta and put them on the map. That's what I was thinking. But you've been a lot. You've been to a lot of places. More. You've been to more places than me. So you can probably think of some good places that she can perform to. So when they say now that this was a Brandy and a Monica reunion, how do you feel about that? That they were saying that they were
It was
on a
exciting.
reunion. That it was
It was
exciting.
exciting because we never had it. That's all we've been waiting for years was those two. Because once again, R&B is. I feel good. I feel good about R&B coming back. So
Yeah,
I'm excited that they are on the tour. Of course, Beyonce, but when these young ladies who Monica and Brandy, they icons also, and we don't look at them as icons or legends, but I think they are, and I think it was a fabulous idea to bring them on tour together.
it was. It really was. And what if they had performed "The Boy Is Mine"? Do you think the vibe between them would have been genuine or forced? Did they look like they was like, I'm just up here because I'm
see,
getting
if,
paid?
see,
Or
everybody do an act. They supposed to let us know that it's like something going between them because that's the tour. The boy just mad. We all
mm-hmm,
knew about they had some situation going on, but what the show is all about entertaining.
right.
So I love the entertainment. Both of them was on the stage. Both of them took turns. I like that.
That was a good selling tool,
Yes.
and to put them together when we were raised on Brandy and Monica having beef with each other because of "The Boy Is Mine." So that song right there was a must. I felt like that should have probably been the first one as they came out together. But who is Miss Kim? Who is Miss Kim? It what I think doesn't matter because
So listen. So listen. If she would have stayed, see, okay, we go to pick a song. Okay, the tour is Boys and Mass tour. That's why you have to be careful how you label these tours.
right.
Because once again, anything can happen to any artist. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunately happened to her in Chicago. We never know what was it, the sound. We never know what dehydration. We never know because we wasn't there. But if they would have sang "Boys Is Mad," something they sang another song, we still would have found fault. I think they should have sung it, but of course that was gonna be the last song. That's what I thought. Of course that's the last song because it's "The Boys Are Mad."
So what three Brandy songs are a must perform for a solo show? So if Brandy do a solo tour, what would be the three songs demand that she sing. You gonna go up there. You gonna talk to some people and tell them, look, this is what we want tonight. I know, man.
Angels in disguise.
Okay,
Like this.
like this.
Guess heartbreak. Broken hearted.
Broken hearted. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's three. That's three different than what I had.
Yeah.
Mine is how have you ever? Full moon, and the boy is mine.
It's hard to pick the Brandy.
Yeah, Brandy got a lot of hits, y'all.
It's hard.
I ain't taking this sweatshirt off till they send me some medical reports or something. I'm gonna keep this on because I still want to hear the boy is mine. Another question. Would you still buy tickets if they announced another joint tour? If they say we gonna do this again, we gonna do this over, we ain't do it right, let's do it again. What would you do?
I would buy.
You would go again? Yes, you a rider, cause I would go again too. If they said, look, we doing this again, I'm gonna say, forget it, I'm doing it again. They walk off again, I'll just be talking crazy.
We have not heard real
that
music.
is real music. And when I say that, put some love in my soul.
Tone.
Yeah.
You get to hear the vocals.
Yes.
I have no complaints about it.
Just good music. And that's what we need in our life. You know, not saying that we're not getting good music, because, you know, hey, I tee up. You know, I like all kind of music. So it is not a problem with me. Any kind of music works. If it makes me dance, it makes me dance, period. So well, I'm not gonna hold you up with the Brandy and Monica thing, because, you know, I'm sure she's going through enough. But I just wanted to know, do you think have artists become too sensitive to social media? They criticism during shows. Do you think that all this stuff they putting on the internet and on social media regarding why she walked off and why she did that, do you think that really bothers them, or they like, okay, I got my money, forget what you talking about?
We are human beings. We human.
So
of course, we got feelings. Of course it does. You're a performer. You're an entertainer. They have hearts. A lot of things it's all about money, but a lot of them it's not. You have to be fair. You have to be neutral.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you do have to worry. A lot of people do worry about the social media. Social media is very important to their career. So they do care. It does matter. They do care about what people say. They can say they don't, but back when they mad, we do.
Well, all I can say is to all the Brandy fans out there, why did you think? What did you all think of the show? Do you agree that Brandy should headline solo next time? I mean, hit me up, email me, DM me on social media. Let's talk about it. I will have a whole conversation about it. Just give me the topic and I will do the research. Again, you already know how to do that at Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim. You have been listening to Crazy Conversation with Miss Kim, Monica, and Brandy. The Boy Is Mine tour. This is what we started our conversation off with tonight, because I still got on my sweatshirt because I'm still wanting her to walk back out to the stage. And I don't know what to do. It's like, I'm like, God, what?
She gave some good shit.
She did. And it was just like,
another chance.
it's going to be another.
I'll go see her again.
And then some, you know, just being some like, okay, well, just get the list and look and see where else she at. And I'll send you there. It's nothing like a good concert in your hometown. You know, I shouldn't have to go to another city to enjoy a good concert. We should be able to enjoy it in the city that we pay our taxes in, that we live in. We should be able to enjoy our concerts, even though we have flown out to other places.
And it's okay.
And it's okay too, but it's just, that was a concert that I wanted to go to in my hometown because I knew that it was going to bring the city out, and a lot of those individuals in this city
And it's your birthday month too.
was going through the same things that I
uh,
was going through when those hits was on rotation on GCI, BMX, and all that. They were right there with me. So I wanted it in my city so I can see the people that these two young ladies brought out. And what you mean about my birthday month?
That's why it's your birthday.
No,
October. Yes, you
I don't.
celebrate. You celebrate the whole. It's okay though.
I
And
would.
Brandy, and she was blessed. You was blessed to get Brandy and Monica in your birthday month.
Yes, that was
So
the
let me.
one
So that's
thing.
one thing I can say I'm appreciative about.
I am. I'm very appreciative of that because that was an amazing night planned, and it happened to be even more amazing because it fell in a month that's very special to us. And that is because not only is October 31st my 51st birthday, it is my 7 year wedding anniversary. I have been married to Sumner Allman for 7 years, and I've been getting all this feedback like, oh, y'all have made it to seven. Oh no, find out from some if she got that 7 year itch. You got that 7 year itch, some. What is this 7 year itch?
No comment.
No comment. No wonder it came from a guy that said that, so it got to be something inappropriate. But again,
No.
you know, in my mind, I knew what 7 day itch mean. Um, I feel like this: if any relationship, or and especially a marriage, if any of those can make it to that year, with that 7th year with no separation, no hesitation, you're good. If you were blessed to make it to that 7, then the only thing you got is happy ever after. Only thing you got is to move forward. So 7 day itch, tell them to say it again. And I tell them to say it again. You ain't got no 7 day itch. 7 day itch, what is 7 year itch? What that mean? It's time to trade me in?
What it mean in the Bible? The 7 day.
You know what? Like I said, hey, this is crazy conversations with Miss Kim. You never know what the almonds is gonna have coming out their mouth, and I don't really care because I know
7 years.
some. Yeah, 7 years. 7 years married. First civil union, then actual marriage. So that's good. 10 years almost together, and 7 years almost married. All came together in the month of October. So those October dates mean so much to us. But instead of focusing so much on my birthday component, I usually like just go all out and travel, throw a party. Last year's party exhausted me. I still haven't recuperated from that. It just was so much in planning a 50th birthday, plus doing everything on your journey to 50. Because it wasn't just the party, it was all the things that we did to get to 50. I mean, you took me somewhere like every month. So it was like we were gone. It was like a week out of every month we were gone. So, with that, I just want to spend my day relaxing. If I want to shop, I go shopping. If I want to just look at Tubi, I just don't want to be bothered that day because I want to be reminded of the union that changed my life on that same day, October 31st. Oh, I thank God for God allowing my parents to borrow me on October 31st, 1974. But again, this is just a year where I'm so happy and content and blessed in abundance that I really don't need anything on my agenda, just long as I'm with my bestie and my bad butt kids. I'm okay with that for this year. I took the day off. I have not taken the day off. If Halloween fell on Monday through Friday, I would always work. So this year, as a birthday present to myself, I decided to take the day off. I decided to close the doors, and not only for myself, but I want my staff to self care, have a day to be with their kids and their families, and everybody just take a breather, come back refreshed on that Monday, and we can go right back to servicing families. Again, we are so happy that you tuned in to listen to us on Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim. So again, last week, when grown-ups fall out, let the kids stay in. We're going to briefly go over that before we get out of here tonight. We had some other questions and comments made by some of our listeners, and one of them was, I had that in there, about the adults having the kids be the messenger. What did you think about that when I was shouting that out? About the kids being the messenger. What do you think about um, adults that send the kids with the message?
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous, because
Are
I'm
you
like,
sure?
no child messengers.
No. But a lot of, you know what? It's immature, but a lot of people does. A lot of grown ups does it. Then when a kid decides to say what they want to say with the message or mess it up, they get mad. They get mad at the kids. But once again, kids should never be involved in nothing got anything to do with grown ups.
So, like I felt last week, we closed that part one with, solutions. We know it's emotional. We know it's a lot. You got to stay prayed up when things like that occur in lives, but I haven't seen a life that it has not occurred in. When grown-ups fall out, let the kids stay in. We are speaking on the topic from last week, when we are not tearing individuals out of our children's lives that have played an important role. The kids deserve peace, not pieces of the problem. We want our kids to have that person to go to, that person to love, the person to assist them in ways that two moms may not can handle. It's always somebody that can reach your child in a different way than the parents. And it's not to take anything away from your parenting skills or your love for your child, but it is always someone out there that your child can talk to and that wants to talk to them and want to be in their life. So with the questions, how do you let kids keep the love when you, as the adult, the parent, you're still hurting? So how do you let the kids keep the love?
About speaking positivity. Don't speak down on the other person that you are into it with. Depends on who it is. Don't speak down around them. Don't speak down to them. You got to keep them motivated and keep them positive. Just because they hear you talking, of course they go wind up going to the other person and repeat what you said.
Yeah, that is good, because remember, we did speak on that, and we spoke on that about how we choose to say things and how we choose not to say them around the children. Because again, they're a sponge, they pick it up, everything you saying, they are recording it, and they record it, and baby, when they clock that tea, they giving it back as coffee. They're not giving back the exact thing that you said. They always put they twist to it. So the best thing, like we said, that when the grown-ups fall out, let the kids stay in if that is what the kid is used to and how they feel. You cannot, it's all about how you feel when that person is around. And if your children have made it clear that they are comfortable with the individual and what they have done and what they are pouring into their lives, that would be the only thing as a parent that I would think of. I would think of, wow, I really need this person. This person is going to be here to weather this out. If I die tomorrow, at least I know I got Sean to take care of our child. Because again, if I'm going somewhere, at least I know my son, my daughter, they got other advocates that love them just like they parents. So that is so important, And what are some of the signs a child is carrying adult conflict?
What sign?
What signs do they show? Like, well, I was thinking that I used to struggle with sleeping, when I knew that the adults in my life were not getting along.
Quiet.
Yeah.
Silence.
Mm-hmm.
Distance.
Yeah, and I felt angry, because again, what was normal to me, the the love that I was receiving that was normal and needed, not just normal, needed, it was gone. It was gone. So, what's one boundary that parents can use when that when that tension starts? What boundaries can be set that you feel like can be put into place so that if the adults go their separate ways, where does that leave the children? Where does that leave the child?
Wondering.
That adult might be the only person that the child is comfortable or feel like they love enough to open up, because some things you just can't open up to parents about. That's the hard part, where some of the younger generations think that we ain't never been through nothing. We've been through something. We know how it is not to want to talk to your parents about certain things because you don't want to be judged and you don't want to do this. And then you got the one parent that'll get, find out something, anything happen in their household, they call like 17 family members in 89 different states. So I get it. I get it with this generation. I get it why they are the way that they are.
There's no loyalty.
So, it's no loyalty. Our generation also struggled with a lot of loyalty, but it is nothing like it is now. And with that, that makes me wonder, do you tell the kids, directly or indirectly when adults fall out? Because again, you might have that person that if we all fall out, they may treat your kid funny. You have people like that though. If I fall out with you, I don't want to see your kids or any of those things. And look and see, what does that lead? That has another child out there hurt because it's something that goes on within adults. What you think?
You just have to protect your kids. With something going between you or whoever else is going in between, and of course they're going to ask, but it's up to you to say, figure out the best word to say without saying it. Things happen because you never know that you are taught that to the person. So don't downgrade the person, and don't say, well, they did this to me, they did that to me, because once again, you still pick yourself. They still let the kids choose sides. Kids gonna wonder, cause kids, when kids believe in people, and you take the one that they who loyal to them away, it's gonna be a problem.
It's always a problem when you do that. And I just want to go over three things that parents can say if this situation happens. When grown-ups fall out, let the kids stay in. Just three ways that you can express this situation to your children. Just let them know that we're working through grown-up stuff. Nobody has to have anything to do with it other than we working on grown-up stuff. you know Assure and encourage your child you can still love them. Even though we working through grown-up stuff, it's okay to still love them. Sometimes the children have to hear that reassurance from a parent, because again, the child wouldn't have fell in love with this person if the parent wasn't the one to bring the person around. So again, if they've been major in your kid's life, let your child know you can still love them and you don't have to pick sides.
Then you know what? Then the situation is to each his own. It depends on the situation. So we could say that kids should be in the middle, but also you have to protect your kids. You have to. It depends on the situation of the outcome. If you have to know how to woo your kids, you need to know how to woo our kids. Like I said, it's not in a negative way, because like I said, it depends on the situation. If you downgrade and just down me out and do whatever and put me under the snake me, of course not. I'm gonna have to work. I'm gonna have to figure out a way. Ask God, how can I find a way not to replace or not to let them forget, but just to me, just to put this if they man, because once again, depending on what they have done, they done something to my child. Of course, the child ain't gonna understand. They still gonna want them around, because once again, we teach them to forgive.
Hmm. So how do you think that um, teenage kids and younger kids want adults to act when that friendship drama hit? How do you feel that the kids want us to act? How do the kids want the adults to act when the drama hits?
Lead them up out of it.
Every time?
Lead them up out of it.
Mm.
If they don't have nothing to, if it's your issue, parents or whoever issue it is, work out your own issues and leave them kids alone. That's my pet peeve. We all from day one we started talking. That was my pet peeve from day one.
Yeah.
Do not put kids in it. Do not say you gonna take no kids away, because at the end of the day you hurt yourself, not the person that you taking away for. Stop saying what you gonna do. If you're a man, you cause the issue. Well, you the one who caused the issue that you try to keep your child away. You think that's fair to your kids? If you the one who caused the issue.
People need to stop. They need to find. They still doing that same old two-step, trying to tell somebody that they can't see their kids if you don't dance to their music and this and this and that. The one thing about it is that, once again, that was the 2 week ago topic, when you using children as a pawn. Stop using kids as a pawn, because you gonna, next time you tell somebody you can't see my kids, and when you do need somebody to watch your kids and you call them and the number says the number you have reached is temporarily disconnected, you'll understand. People can't keep treating the wrong people bad. That's just period and point blank. They gonna have to get it together, especially when it's children involved. They need to know how to protect that child and keep some good people in their lives. You just never know. It might be that one person out there that say, Lord, oh, Miss Kim left here, but I know how she like doing things. Miss Solomon left here, and I know how she like doing things. And I'm going to bless them, and I'm going to do this for the kids, or I'm going to do that in honor of them. Those are the type of things that people should be looking for, because we cannot always be around. And we just need, sometimes we need that one person that love our children, that we can rest in peace. If something was to happen, honey, we can rest in peace because we know that they got that one person that would look out for them throughout their life. You will not have to worry. When you sign up for those things, those are things that God have blessed you to be able to do in somebody's child's life, and or more than one, because you can be the type that have more than one child that you are advocating as one of those urgent people, because I know I do, so those things are important, and you do have to follow through with your, when you step up to do those kind of things. It ain't just until me and that parent fall out. That's lifelong. Once you start with that child, you do not disappoint that child. But again, you can't keep relationships going by yourself. That's what I'm saying. So everybody got to know that, wait, well, did I reach out? Did I do X, Y, and Z? It's not all on us, the adults, to be hounding down to look for different people's children. That look for us so that we'll know that it's okay. Because once those adults have those fallouts, you don't want to be walking on pins and needles, because you are still in the child's life, but you and the adult have fell out. So again, I feel like this was an excellent conversation to extend. I appreciate the young lady for reaching back out with some add-ons. You know, the best thing to do, keep calm during the chaos. Everybody goes through it. We just have to learn that soon as we have a situation with adults, call God. Don't let the first call be your child, to put your child in the middle of something that they have no clue what's going on. Call God. That's all I'm saying. Is call God. Don't call your minor child that has no idea what is going on. Call God. That's all. We gonna leave the kids in the good thing. If you want to step out, fall out, whatever. But leave the kids in, especially if it's their comfort zone. We we have healed so many people with these crazy conversations, and it heals us because it makes us think, it makes us communicate, and when we research things, we're not just researching it for the listeners. We going a step above to research it for us, so that not so we can just bring you a conversation that's crazy, but for us to bring you a better relationship, a better the example of the almonds. Because like, we crazy, we go through things, people think we not human because what, we on this little podcast, we ain't human, whatever. We still got a life, and yes, we turn up, we do everything like everybody else do. But again, God has blessed us to be able to do it in moderation, and we know how to conduct ourselves when the time is right. So again, we are so glad that this young lady wanted to extend the conversation on when grown-ups fall out, let the kids stay in. When I say some of the response blew my mind, one person said that their children, they children constantly tells them, that's between y'all and I'm staying out of it. She said her 14-year-old daughter tells her that in the most respectful way. And I couldn't do nothing but say, wow, because again, that's between y'all. I'm staying out of it. That right there nips it in the bud, and that lets you know, as a 14-year-old, look, I love this person. I'm not gonna be away from this person. This is who you brought into my life. So please respect the fact that because you fell out, please let me remain. That's all. That's it. What you think? What you think?
These kids gonna have the man of their own.
Yes, they are.
These kids make good judgment.
They
They
should.
need, like I said, I think grown ups, we have to stop doing a lot of things. We have to stop competing. We have to stop comparing with kids. We
Hmm.
have to stop going to be the other kids' faces to make other kids mad. It's a lot of things going on in the world that we don't want to speak on or speak about just because they think it's irrelevant. But it's a lot. It's the smaller things to me that matter with kids. We have to stop like reaching out and trying to make other kids jealous of each other. We as parents or we as grown ups have to stop doing a lot of things because these kids they pay attention more than what we did.
Right, and we definitely got to come back with that conversation that we are putting together because we see that a whole lot that you know some parents that brings the conflict among siblings. It's parents that brings the
Kids
conflict
period.
within the siblings between the kids. And again, I'm tripping because what parents want they kids to be
Hurt.
at each other's throat? I mean, make it make sense. So we putting that together on Crazy Conversations, and again, we appreciate you all. We appreciate you all still being faithful, even though we are not in the studio. We are home. But again, we still wanted to bring the extension to last week's conversation. And we must say it was very interesting. We learned a lot from when grown ups fall out, let the kids stay in. I wish that it was some things that I had done differently in my younger days. It was some things that I learned from researching this that I could have done better. And as a,
Like what?
like not to put the kids involved or for me not to be involved. I had parents that if they fell out with somebody, I wasn't allowed to talk to that person. So if I knew then what I know now, I would have spoke up and advocated for myself to say, "Hey, I love that person." I just went along with the madness.
Have you ever done it to your? Have you ever had it ever happen to you between you ever follow with anyone like anyone? You always say like, well, you know how people go around saying they don't like your mom, but they don't like me. But you one of those type of? Have you ever experienced that?
No, I have not. I've not felt that within a friendship, but I know that it's people that will treat your kids a certain way because they're your kids.
Mm.
And I'm gonna say that. And you could actually have kids with a person that feels like that. And I don't I try not to harp on that, but it does make a difference how one person feel about themselves that would make them do that to their children. Some people are real excessive with it that it's just not a good look. It's just not a good look at all. So, before I get triggered, let me go ahead and wrap this show up. We appreciate you for listening to Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim on Intellectual Radio. And of course, you already know Intellectual is the station that feeds your brain. See you next week. Maybe not, depending on how we turn up for Scorpio season. You already know I'm a Halloween baby. Scorpio season has started and it's on. Thank you so much for listening to Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim on intellectualradio.com. Good night, friends.